Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and this is not a live commentary. This is a uh, review, Estrogen Film Month. Welcome back to it because I took a long hiatus from doing a review of a movie. So this time I'm going to talk about a TV miniseries, web series that's on Disney Plus right now, and it is the 2021 show because it was supposed to come out last year. WandaVision. Yes, we're going to talk about the what's been happening on the show, mostly with the third episode, but to get recap of what happened in the show so far in the first three episodes of WandaVision. Yeah, Wanda's a female, so why not go for it? This is basically like a stand up it's like a sitcom. People, have been watching. We waited 18 months for this, so I wanted to talk about this before I do a live commentary with my friends on the entire season or series. When we get to March. But basically, yeah, Marvel couldn't release a movie last year, so we have this to keep us busy until 2021. Gives us Black Widow or whatever is going to come our way. Yeah, it still stars Scarlet Witch herself, played by Elizabeth Olsen, and you have Paul Bettany as Vision, and they basically live in the suburbs of I don't know where, they don't really specify it, and everything's in black and white and everything is peachy king, and basically I already know the show is going to be it's an alternate reality because if you've been looking at the films since 2008, Vision died at the end of Avengers Infinity War twice. He Wanda had to blow up his the freaking Infinity Gem that was in the stone that was in his head. Then Thanos rewinded the thing and then pulled the stone out of his head. And he shut it down his body. So how was he alive? I don't know. This is just I believe that this is a alternate reality. In the first two episodes, it was about them trying to fit in. In the third episode, this is what I noticed. They're setting us something big because the first two episodes are in black and white, and this one was completely in color. And the girl from Captain Marvel, yeah, the black girl, that the Monica, she was a little girl with the afro in the first Captain Marvel movie. She grew up after the snap, and she's a woman now, and she's probably warning Wanda that this reality, this is not real. This is going to be uh, just something in your mind to to suppress the memories of what happened, because she mentions that Petro, yes, this is going to contain spoilers, so bear with me. She mentions her brother Petro, Maximoff, aka Quicksilver from Age of Ultron and from the X-Men movies. That was before Fox were bought out by Disney. And the thing is, the show is getting very interesting. It's very funny. Marvel nailed the freaking, they nailed the sense of humor that was in all the films, including Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, etc. And it fits. It feels like a mini MCU movie every episode, but it's not like 3 or 4 minutes. It's about 30 minutes, and it's got great visuals. Like the visual style of the Marvel shows look great. Excuse me. And also, I'm glad that they did this because Olsen is influenced by other actresses that were in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. Mary Tyler Moore, Elizabeth Montgomery, and Lucille Ball. And, it's very, like white bread and, very, very American. And it works. She's really funny in the show. The episode that I just watched, she was pregnant with twin boys. So, I don't want to spoil too much, but she gives birth and everything goes crazy, and then after the babies are born, Monica shows up. They give her like another like code name. What was her name? They gave her a code name, but I forgot what it was, like Janelle or something like that, or something like that. And she's trying to warn them. Or yeah, Tiana Paris plays Monica Rambeau. She was the daughter of the Air Force pilot Maria Rambeau from the first Avengers. I mean, the first Captain Marvel movie, and she's an agent of Sword, Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division. This is different than Shields. We had Shield in the MCU for the first three phases, and now we have Sword. It's kind of like the new Pokemon games. And it says the series shows the things Rambo has seen and gone through and how they shaped her life since her appearance in Captain Marvel, where she was a little girl and now she's all grown up. And there's other characters that are going to be in the show. You have Kat Dennings. We haven't seen her yet. Randall Park as Jimmy Woo. He was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have Jolene Purdy. Uh, You also have whatchamacallit, Catherine Hahn. She's fantastic. Like I love watching her be like that nosy housewife. She always smiles like this and she squints. She's gorgeous, man. One of the most cute noses I've ever seen on a woman in her 40s. She looks like she's 35. I don't know how these women age and they look the same. Like look at a picture of Catherine Hahn from like 10 years ago when she was doing the first Bad Moms or something like that, or even when she was in Step Brothers in the 2000s. She looks the same. She has like dark black hair, a big nose, and a gorgeous smile. She squints. She reminds me of Indina Menzel, except she's not a big singer. You also have Deborah Jo Rupp. She was in the first episode as Mrs. Hart. You had Fred Melaman as Arthur Hart. And yeah, like I said, it's well casted. There's some integration in it. I did not like the ending of episode 3, though. I'm going to spoil it. Not everything. I'm just going to say what happens. Wanda's very suspicious of Monica, and she's like, "Who are you? You know, what are you doing here?" And they're trying to say something, and then she gets thrown into another dimension, into Earth. You know, in the Earth that we're in. You know, where the Avengers are, and they show a facility that looks just like Captain America, the first Thor movie, where they have Thor's hammer in isolation, and Thor goes to that facility to go look for it before. You know, when he's when he's human and he has to get his hammer back. It looks just like that. I'm like, yeah, but it's weak because you're throwing the black girl, yeah, the black girl of the series, out of Wanda's, alternate lifestyle, or alternate reality. And I'm like, yeah, Disney, I think you were a little on the nose with that. We get it. Walt Disney was really racist. We get it. Okay, that's one of the only flaws I had with this episode. I just thought that the acting was fine, but you didn't need that ending. It was not even a sequel bait ending. It was just that. It's like whatever. I'm kind of indifferent about it. But I liked seeing Elizabeth, Olsen. I almost said Elizabeth Montgomery, pregnant. She's so hot with a big belly. She's just she's always been beautiful ever since I saw her in Godzilla in 2014. She shows a lot of emotion, and every time she feels something, the earth shakes. And there's always these, what I like, these segues where they have these fake commercials. I'm not going to say what it is, but they always have a Marvel Easter egg in there for where they mention Tony and Hydra and whatever. It's awesome. You got to see this show. I highly recommend this show. If you have Disney Plus, watch it now. There's 3 episodes on right now in America and Canada, etc. It's not as good as Mandalorian, but only because it's different. Mandalorian was dead serious most of it and had a lot of action. This is more comedy based. And then the ending is like the clencher, the serious moment where the laugh track stops and everything is dead silent. But it gives atmosphere, which we need. Marvel knows how to do. They can do anything. Showing this show proves that Marvel can do anything. They can make a genre work if they put effort into it. You know why this worked and this is more scary than New Mutants? Because they have good scripts and they have atmosphere and they have freaking directors that care about the source material. And you don't have to have these god awful accents that sound cartoonish like Magic and Charlie Heaton and Wolfsbane and all that. No, those characters suck. Okay, that's why their movie bombed. And this is way better. You have a lead girl I care about, a British man that actually can act and has a very comedic side, which I love. You have great visuals. You have a good storytelling, and it's not boring. It's short and to the point, which is what we needed for the MCU after waiting almost 2 years for a film. The last one was Far From Home, which felt like eons ago when the theaters were still open, and I didn't even get to see that in the theater the same way I wanted to because there were people talking behind me. But here, I get to see it at home. It's quiet. There's no babies crying. There's no freaking dogs barking. There's no, people talking in the aisles. There's no one texting. It's just me and the show, and I love watching this show. And since it has someone filled with estrogen, I'm like, why not? And I haven't done a review for a while, so wanted to review something. And Wanda's very likable. Like she has all these powers, but she's still very down to earth. No pun intended. And her and Vision, her and Paul Bettany have great chemistry for not being a real couple. He's with Jennifer Connelly. Yeah, it works. This show works. If you want to see something from the MCU that's something different, but it's not all the hoopla, a lot of CG, a lot of action. This is something completely different. And this is what Marvel needed after so much time has passed. And after the merger with Fox and with Sony taking their own stuff, and getting those movies getting delayed, like Morbius and Venom 2. Yeah, this is why Marvel does it better than Sony and Fox, because they know what they're doing. Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. He does. He puts money into productions he knows is going to work, especially on Disney Plus, because they have the budgets to make it look like an actual MCU thing. It doesn't look like a downgraded cheap ass version Marvel show that they dumped on ABC years ago, like Inhumans and Agents of Shield and Agent Carter. No, those are non-canon because they had none of that happened in those shows was even in the MCU. Because I never saw Ming Na Wen in freaking any of the Avengers movies. She was in, Mandalorian. We saw Clark Gregg, but after like the first Avengers and Captain Marvel, we haven't seen him since. Agent Carter, yeah, they're gonna make her animated in What If. I don't care. I don't like that actress. Um, Inhumans, they never mention them again. We have the Eternals, the Fantastic Four, X Men, etc. in the MCU to come. So this if this is the start of great things to come after COVID is gone, I'm all on board. Give me all of this that you can, Marvel, because if I have to stay home watching this, will give me my fix. Because I waited so long and it was worth the wait. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil too much for people who have not seen the show. Go watch WandaVision somehow. It's on the internet. You can find it. It is worth every minute of your time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And I'll try to do a review a lot sooner next time, okay? I promise. See ya.